This is all from Matthew chapter 23, describing the scribes and Pharisees. Jesus says this, the scribes and the Pharisees sit on Moses' seat. And the Greek word there is cathedra, or cathedra, the cathedras mousaos. Therefore, do whatever you think is right from their teachings, or do whatever teachings you happen to like. I'm sorry, is that the wrong translation? What does he say? They sit on Moses' cathedra, so you do and keep whatever they tell you, because they have authority. That's amazing, people. That's one of the most shocking verses in the gospel, that Jesus can tell his apostles, even though he's the divine Son of God, tell them when the authorities, the scribes and the Pharisees, when they sit on Moses' seat and they pronounce an authoritative teaching, guess what you have to do? You have to keep it. Why? Because they have Moses' authority. They sit on Moses' seat. Now he goes on to say, now don't do what they do, because they don't practice what they preach, right? Remember that? He says don't imitate them, because they teach the right thing, but do they follow it? No. And that's why he blasts them, because they're hypocrites. But he commands his disciples to follow them. Now, a lot of people have noticed that image of the cathedra there, because it's going to go on to be the image we use for the authority of the Pope when he speaks ex cathedra, right? Where do you Catholics get that? Well, we just made it up in the Middle Ages. No, it's straight from the New Testament. But look at the next couple of lines, because Jesus goes on to say a couple other things in Matthew 23. When he's talking about the Pharisees, point number 2, he says they bind, desmeusin, heavy burdens on the shoulders of others, but they themselves are unwilling to lift a finger to move them. And then point number 3, he says, woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, for you kleata, you key shut. Most translations have you lock, but it's the actual word key as a verb. You key shut the kingdom of heaven against people. As he says in Luke's gospel, he says, you yourselves don't go in, but you keep others from entering, right? So notice, what are the 3 reasons the apostles have to obey the teachings of the Pharisees and the scribes? It's because, number 1, they sit on the seat. Number 2, they have the power to bind. And number 3, they have the keys. They lock shut or they open. Notice he says, the kingdom of heaven. How do they do that? Through their interpretation of Scripture, their authoritative interpretation of the law.